Okay, here we are, guys. What's going on? I think we're live. I think we're live here on the Superhouse Extra Extra YouTube channel. I am your Survivor Digest host, Josh O'Leary, and here we are on a Thursday night. I'm here a little bit later than last week, but Thursday night is the date for Survivor Digest if you're going to want to check out any of the Survivor content that we have here on the channel. Thursday night is usually the night I'm dedicating to Survivor. We watched all of season 48 last season, and just last week we dove into episode 1 of season 49. And it was a good premiere. I thought it was a good premiere. You can go back and check out my review right here on the channel. It was a good review for me. I thought it was a good start to the season. And I'm looking through my notes here. Where's my episode 1 was 3 pages. Here we go. Episode 2. We got my notes. We're ready to roll here. I'm Josh O'Leary. Welcome in, everybody, to Survivor Digest. And here we are. Got a nice full page of notes here. Live from the Small Boy Studio. Welcome in, everybody. Like and subscribe. Share this with your friends. And I got my notes here on Survivor. We're going to break them down piece by piece. All right. Let me get a sip of Coke here. Let me kick back and relax a little bit, right? All right. Okay, guys. Survivor 49, episode 2. The losing tribe is back from tribal from episode 1. And they're without fire and food. And so Jeremiah takes it upon himself to go and find some earthworms. I thought this was very brave of him to go out there and eat these earthworms. They said they were earthworms, but it really just looked like slime coming out of the mud. It was like little snot rockets coming out of the mud. It wasn't very pleasing to look at. They were the tiniest worms ever. Annie is proclaiming she is the puppet master now, and she's trying her hardest to get the target on Jake, which I thought was ridiculous. Dirt's in here. We got some fun Survivor challenges Jeff can have. Put venomous snakes on the island. I mean, I think there are venomous snakes on the island. I think they have to do a pretty job of clearing them out and where they're going to be and stuff like that. Like, kind of, they're really dedicated. Like, they're not allowed to go too far beyond, where the designated area is. I'm pretty sure you can't just go out and. But they're there. I think, especially the water snakes. Are those venomous? I don't know. But Angie is not Angie. Annie is proclaiming she is the puppet master now, and she's trying to get the target on Jake, which is a stupid move to try to pull here, coming right back from tribal with this group who is solid, and you were clearly on the bottom of. Coming back from tribal, you kind of should have picked up on that, but as you'll see as we go deeper into the episode here, Annie doesn't like to pick up on anything. She doesn't like to really take anybody's word for anything. She doesn't believe in trust, and we'll get into more of that later. The Yuli tribe catches a hermit crab. They catch a nice little juicy hermit crab, and before they cook and eat it, they send it off with good vibes. Oh my God, here we go. Here we go. This was the part of the episode where it killed mine, right? All my vibes killed instantly in an instant, right? It wasn't good. Bad vibes. I'm surprised, and I wrote here in my notes, I was surprised the hermit crab didn't become the mascot for the tribe. I'm surprised it didn't become the new mascot, kind of like Ty did with the chicken. Remember Ty and his chicken, right? Dirt says, "Welcome to the journey. All 3 of you must decide on which of you will die. You cannot come to a unanimous decision. All three of you will be killed. Jeff, if he had balls. Dirt, don't say that, dude. I'm trying to be getting good wits with the man. Come on. Right? Jeff has huge, huge grapefruits. They're massive, dude. You can't, they are just, it's insane. They look like planets. They, all right. So moving on from the good vibes here, right? They cook the hermit crab. They eat the hermit crab. It's really juicy and delicious. They all love it, but they send it off with some good vibes here because what's her name? Is it Shannon? Shannon on this tribe. She's very spiritual and loves the yoga, the meditating, all that jazz. We move on from the good vibes to more catchphrases like "That's fire," "That's cinema," "That's vibes." Now, I hate "That cinema." That's the worst one. People say it all the time on wrestling Twitter. This is cinema. Like it's so whack, dude. Cinema is whack, and so is aura. All this like, dude, the aura. You hear this aura? If you're saying aura, you don't have none. If that's just in your daily vocabulary, your your aura is lacking, right? You're trying to build something by using cool buzzwords, and you sound like a doofus. That's fire. That's cinema. That's vibes. Are the tribe Nate is on, and if you remember, Nate is the oldest of his tribe, and he is a uh, producer and editor over at Marvel movies. And he doesn't like all these phrases, but he's like, I gotta blend in, so he's just kind of using them. And Nate calls out how stupid his entire tribe sounds. And I wrote that I also hate all these phrases, and I would have died. Okay. How many hermit crabs did they eat? They only ate one. They just showed one hermit crab. It was a pretty big juicer though. It was a fat hermit crab, like big. That was a movie. Dude, DJ Khaled at least like people would say this is like a movie, but he said that was a movie because it happened already. It's kind of original. Kind of original. I can appreciate DJ Khaled's a little bit more than that cinema. That's cinema. All right, the Henna tribe are back at camp here, and we got Matt, Steven, and Christina, and they're a trio, and they want MC to join the group. Matt trusts the hell out of MC. He makes that clear. He's like, I trust MC. But MC does not fully trust Matt, of course. This is Survivor. She's like, yeah, this guy like trusts me a lot, and I don't know what's up with that. She does not fully trust him. So she goes and immediately tells Sophie with an E. Now, as soon as I saw Sophie with an E, I remembered looking back at the Survivor cast breakdown that we did here on the channel. Check it out right here on the channel. We did a cast breakdown, and I was reading all about the cast, and there's two Sophies on the cast. There's one with a IE, and there's one that just ends with an I. And the one that ends with an I is our favorite Sophie. She's a friend of the show, friend of the channel. Left a comment here and on the channel praising my commentary, saying, just giving me the most ultimate praise, saying that I was, probably the best Survivor reviewer ever. She didn't say that, but it was pretty much insinuated. And she's on the main losing tribe here with an I, but the IE Sophie, this is like the first I thought we saw from her. I feel like this is the first we saw from her. Like, did we see her in episode 1 do anything? She has a little tiff here with Jawan, but that's about it. So MC goes and it tells Sophie, and I wrote here, is this her first confessional? Because we haven't seen Sophie with an E, really. We've gotten plenty of Sophie with an I, but no Sophie with an E. And Henna Sophie claims she's not going home. And I was like, right, that's right before the commercial break. And I was like, okay, that means she's going home. Like anytime somebody does that, that means she's going home. That's what I thought, at least. That's what I wrote in the notes here. I'm gonna need like 30 hermit crabs myself. Oh, 100%. There's absolutely no way. Like, I mean, I guess one would do it for you if it was just you, because it was a pretty fat hermit crab, you know. But having to split it with the tribe, total bummer, total bummer. You could be like Jeremiah and just go find some earthworms out in the sand. Just eat sand snot, like. Uh, so we're back at the Kelly tribe, and from commercial break here, and Jake is out in the ocean, and he's doing a little handstand date. He's on a little handstand date with Alex. They're out in the ocean. Alex is like, I can do a handstand. And Jake is like, I can do a handstand. He's like, we should both do them at the same time. You guys want to do a handstand at the same time? Dude, these guys, oh my God. I, I, I think it's more one sided on Jake's end. Like his boner for Alex is just like raging, dude. That thing is like veiny and pulsating, and like if you walk into a room, you just stare at it. It's like, what is that? Like that's how raging of a boner he has for Alex. But Alex, I feel like just kind of is like at a half chub. He's at a half chub for Jake. He's not fully he's not he's not fully caked up, fully beef castled, right? But they are on a handstand date out in the middle of the ocean, nonetheless. Nonetheless. The thought of multiple people sharing one hermit crab is so funny. Fully torqued. Yeah, dude, fully torqued. He is, forgot about fully torqued. He is fully torqued here, Jake, and on the handstand date with Alex. It's such a cute little moment. Such a cute moment between these two. Where are we here? Let me keep track of where we are. All right, Annie is not reading the room, and she's coming off like a Karen to the rest of her tribe. Sophie states she's like a Karen. She's super oblivious, I wrote here in the notes. It's almost kind of annoying how oblivious she is. I'm like, is she really being oblivious? Or is this just kind of a character she's doing to keep it under wraps with Alex? Because they've kind of got an alliance. Sort of. Alex says they have an alliance, but I'm not really buying that shit from Alex. I feel like he's just saying that in the edit. And that's some bullshit because there's no real alliance out there in the tribe on the island. Jake decides to try and go get Annie back by hiding one of her shoes. Jake is the shoe bandit. Jake, besides having a fully torqued boner for Alex, he also has a fully torqued boner for Russell Hantz, clearly, as he is a Russell Hantz fanboy. And Russell used to take the shoes and burn the shoes or do whatever. And he's out there like, I'm going to steal someone's left shoe every day. He's trying to be cute about it. I don't really like it. I think it's a bad gimmick. I think you need to go back to OVW and get repackaged there, mate. Okay, you need to go back to developmental with that one. Go back to developmental. So yeah, he hides the shoe. The shoe bandit is lame, I wrote. Then we go over to the next tribe. It's a lot of tribe flip flopping here, just camp life at the beginning of the episode here. Shannon goes on a confessional and says that she sees Sage as comic relief, and Sage is pretty funny on that tribe. She's the girl who, if you remember from last week's episode where we were talking, we said that Sage was a freak because she loves poop. She loves poop. She said she wanted to know if anybody was pooping in the ocean at the time that they were in the ocean, and she was like, "Oh, I want to see it. I love poop," or something like. What? Oh my god, dude, this girl. Like she's a little too zany. She said she wants to be a mascot. I don't know. I mean, I'd get along with her great. It seems like she seems pretty funny. That part is true. But I kind of want to see her play the game a little bit, and stop being such a goofster, right? Um, this whole yellow tribe, kind of just a goofster tribe over here, except for Jawan, because we saw him kind of have to play today this episode. So Sage is the comic relief, and everyone is getting along except Jawan, who keeps going off on his own and collecting sticks in a bag that's not his. Now, this rubbed the news girl the wrong way. The news girl was very upset that her bag was used for sticks. She doesn't like bugs, they said. She doesn't like bugs. And she gave him a face like, I do not like bugs. I do not like bugs. You know, that's the face she gave him. She didn't do that, but it is the face that's the sound her face made. Anyway, I don't know what he was doing anyway. This dude was like looking for idol, clearly, or looking for note, doing whatever. And he's just picking up these sticks all half-ass. And he's like putting dirt and fucking shit in there. Like, not you, Dirt, but he's putting shit in there. Jake's dream girl? Who? Which one? The poop girl? Oh, God. Yeah, this stick collecting by Jawan was pathetic, and I would have been more pissed about that instead of him taking the bag. It would have been really funny if he found something and then put it in a bag that wasn't his. That's what I wrote down here. I was like, it would have been funny if he like found an idol and then he put it in a bag that wasn't his. That would have been pretty clever. The poop girl. That's what she is now. You know, like Sage the poop girl. Probably needs to burn some sage with all the poop she's hanging around with. Like, I don't. That girl be shitting. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Aqua dumps, you know? I think there was mention, I think the news girl mentioned aqua dump. She says, I've taken 3 aqua dumps out here since I've been here. In one of her confessionals, I was like, oh, wow. A lot of poop talk on this season. Right? I mean, Jake should have got in on this season. Anyway, journey time, guys. A person from each tribe, a boat shows up, and a person from each tribe is going to have to go on a journey. And the person from each tribe is Jawan from yellow, Matt from blue, Jake from red. Is that correct? It's Jawan, Matt, and Jake. It's a coconut toss into each player's basket. You have a pile of coconuts. You got to toss the coconut into the opposing player's basket, fill it up, and hope that the rope snaps. You got to make it weigh enough. So, and that's the challenge. Pretty simple. But there is no losing vote for the loser. It was not in the rules. It said no losing vote for the loser. In all these previous seasons up through the 40s, it has always been a losing vote for the loser. But they're going to be able to keep their vote here according to the rules that we've read so far. Jawan wins pretty quickly. He wins. He out coconuts everyone else and gets the advantage. But it's a choice, and it's a choice of personal or tribe. You can help yourself personally, or you can help the tribe. He helps. Well, he could help the tribe, and if he helps the tribe, he gets them. What did he get them? I don't even remember what he got. Oh, he gets them. I thought it was a reward for a second. No, he got them a disadvantage. It's down here a little bit later on. He got them a disadvantage in the immunity and reward challenge. So he either could have had a personal, or he could have had. It's a little hard to explain. I'm sorry. So he was like, I could have a personal or a tribe win, And his personal one was he could steal a vote from the two people that lost, one of the two people that lost. Or he could win something for his tribe, which was pick one of the tribes and they have a disadvantage. This whole thing was stupid. Okay, the journey was going to be cool, and the first one it seemed like, because Rizzo had a good time and Alex had a good time, and it was a good event for television. But this was stupid. This was hard to explain for me. I mean, I know it was simple enough, the challenge itself, but afterwards it's like personal or tribe, and it didn't matter anyway. Once we get to the challenge, it does not fucking matter. Like, you could have put coconuts on everybody and it would have been the same challenge. You could have put coconuts on one tribe, two tribes. It wouldn't have mattered. They weren't weighed down. They had 10 keys to go through. It didn't matter. It didn't matter. Hole in the ground, gang. Instead of an aqua dump. Oh, man. The disadvantage pick is the obviously better choice. Yeah, I know. That's why I was like, this doesn't matter. Why would he pick personally? He's going to have to go back to camp and tell them something. Who the hell wants to sabotage their social game week 2? Exactly, dude. Exactly. Good fucking point. I should have wrote that down. I was just baffled that this was a choice, because I guess that's why they didn't take their vote, because he was like, oh, he'll choose personal and he'll steal one of their votes and it'll really spice things up on the other tribe. It doesn't. It doesn't. Because even if he stole a vote, I don't know, it wouldn't have mattered. But he gives the tribe the disadvantage. He makes a smart decision and he helps the tribe win. Or helps the tribe get an. See, it's not even an advantage for his tribe. It's just a disadvantage for another tribe. It's so stupid. Jake's shoe hiding does absolutely nothing. Only thing holding Jake in contempt with Sophie is his bromance with Alex, because she doesn't like that he's getting so close to Alex. You know, they were on a handstand date earlier in the episode. Like I said, he's fully torqued and everybody can see it. His tent has been pitched, and everybody knows that he wants Alex to open the flap and come inside. Okay, that's what that's what he wants, right? So where was I here? Let's not lose our place. The bromance finds the beware advantage, right? The bromance finds the beware advantage. Sophie didn't want them becoming too powerful. She's like, I don't want those two, the bromance, becoming too powerful, because I'm Jake's number one. Well, guess what? They just found a beware advantage together. Okay, that's the equivalent on Survivor of getting to like second base. Okay, they've almost gone all the way, just the two of them. It's got the typical beware bullshit here. It's like, oh, beware, you've got there's a chain wrapped around. It's so stupid, dude. They make it so difficult to try to find these immunity idols. And I get it. You want it to be difficult to find the idol. But it's like, let there be a clue, and let there be like, I don't know. The task is almost like you got to bring somebody else in. They're not really individual immunity idols, because you're gonna get caught. Keeping that a secret and would be like impossible. You make it impossible to where it's like you got to bring people in. And I know it's a social part of the game, but it's also a part of the game where you're trying to keep things from the social part of the game. So it was a little too much with the ball and chain that the key was attached to. He had to go open another box to find the clue. Found the clue, and it's like, dig a hole after you lose. So if you lose an immunity challenge, it'll be there. You gotta wait till after you lose, though. If you lose the next challenge, it'll be there. It's like, okay. So we go to the immunity / reward, and Jawan disadvantages Henna, the yellow tribe, and they have to wear 20 pounds of coconuts on their back. 20 pounds of coconuts, right? She doesn't like two fully torqued handstanding men. I know. She gets jealous, dude. I mean, who wouldn't? Who wouldn't? Right? So we're at the immunity and reward. Yellow tribe henna, they are got the disadvantage, which is 20 pounds of coconuts on their back, and they're going to have 10 keys instead of one to open up their chest to retrieve their puzzle. Um, the red team is in dead last, but catches up to yellow quickly, very quickly. Disadvantages do absolutely nothing. I wrote here, like I said, like this might as well have been another advertisement, another shill to put out for your Survivor board game, like you were doing last year, Jeff. This may well have been that because this adding of 20 coconuts pounds, it did nothing. It was stupid. This was a shitty reward for Jawan to go out and win. Um, you know, uh, playing some Chuck E. Cheese basketball against two other Survivor competitors. It is not. It wasn't a good challenge, good reward. It all really didn't matter in the end here. Henna starts flying through the puzzle, and the blue tribe loses again. And I wrote, Annie's going home. That's what I wrote. Just wrote, Annie's going home. I was like, yeah, you know this one. You know how this is going to go. I wasn't worried for Sophie. I was like, oh no, Sophie's going back to tribal. Our girl Sophie, friend of the show. I said she's going back to tribal. You know, this is going to be so tough for her, and I hope that her name isn't one of the ones brought up by the rest of her tribe. But let me see right here. Honestly, Sophie and whoever else was on the puzzle should be up for consideration. Okay, yeah, that's true. I'm agreeing with my own note here, and Sophie was on the puzzle, and she did a really shit doo doo job of the puzzle, and she's done a shit doo doo job of the puzzle a couple times. It seems like Sophie is the tribal chief. It's just one. It's just there's no E, just an I. I have to differentiate that because there is a Sophie with an E. Why would they do that to us? The disadvantage should be 4 black ops are deployed. Dirt. Dirt's ultimate survivor, dude. Dirt, come up with your ultimate survivor and pitch it to me on the show. That's good. Like the or extreme survivor, not ultimate, extreme. All right, so Henna's back. Or wait, not Henna. Blue Tribe is back at camp, and the game plan is still Annie. Right, according to everyone, the game plan is still Annie, and she's digging herself a really deep hole, really deep Hector Zeroni style hole here, because Sophie, Jake, and Alex are digging for that advantage, and it is an idol. Like I said, it's an idol. They're digging for the advantage, and it's an idol that's only good for this tribal. Like the tribal, whichever one that they lost, this idol is only good for that tribal. So they gotta find it. So Sophie, Alex, and Jake are digging for this damn thing, and it's a pain in the ass to get it. And I wrote here, it's honestly a bit overdone again. Uh, the whole tribe is going to end up knowing here, I wrote. And the whole tribe is going to end up knowing because it's just caused such a commotion. There's 3 people out there looking for this thing. Sophie finds the box. Sophie finds the box like hidden under some leaves, right? But she doesn't tell the others. She tries to cover it up with some sticks and some leaves, and it does not work. Alex just finds this box anyway within a few minutes, and I guess she was going to try to keep that information for herself, or maybe get in there and get that idol herself, because, like I said, she doesn't like how close Jake and his throbbing veiny boner are getting to Alex. She does not like that one bit. But she did not have any success in trying to hide this thing from Alex. You tried, Sophie. That's what I wrote. I said, you tried, Sophie. Survivor. Bear Trap Island. Damn, dude. Just Survivor, bear traps, and dynamite. Survivor, landmines. Oh, he could make this bad. Um, so Alex flips the script out of nowhere. Alex flips the script on us, and this is where the edit tries to throw you for a loop. Right? They're trying to throw you for a big old loopy loop, and have you hit the loop like you're Tony Hank, right? Doing a 900 on a loop, and Alex tries to make it seem like he's going to team up here with Annie. Um, he tells Annie the votes are going to be on Sophie. He says, actually, we're going to go Sophie, which is Annie's thrown her name out, and now we have the two number ones pitted um, against each other, really. The two, he says, Annie's my number one. He's telling them they're their number one. So he's like, I got my number ones pitted against each other. Jake has two number ones too. He's got Alex, who's his number one, and he's got Sophie, who's his number one. And those two are pitted against each other in this scenario that Alex has pitched to Annie. And so that's where they threw that in there last minute because they want to keep you guessing as you go into tribal council. But it was clear, cut and dry that this shit was going to be Annie. Goodbye, Annie. That's what it is. Tribal council comes. Excuse me. And Sophie is mentally drained. She is very drained. She is having trouble speaking. She's slurring her words. She's all over the place. And Jeff's asking if she's okay, but it's hot out there in Fiji. Jeremiah goes and does the exact same thing. He slurs his words. He's all over the place. He's all gassy and full from the earthworms that he's been eating. They talk about that. They talk about the earthworms and all that stuff. Jeff tells Sophie that she's not dead yet, but she's headed there, which is really funny. I thought he was like, "You're not dead yet. You're just headed there." I was like, "What?" He said it so nonchalantly too. He's just like, "You're just headed there. No big deal. You'll just be 6 feet under here shortly." So Annie's voted out, like I said, and I feel like Alex kind of made himself a target here. Like I feel like Alex is definitely the number one target on his tribe now. Like Jake is going to see that as he gets back to camp, and Sophie's going to see that, and Jeremiah, God knows he sees it. Like that dude's kind of played under the radar. If that guy can make it to the merge, he's going to be one hell of a fun character to watch. I've really enjoyed Jeremiah throughout both these episodes. But yeah, I thought this was a strong move from the tribe. This was the best move from the tribe if they do want to win a challenge. If Jeff is going to keep these guys in groups of three for a long time, or tribes of three for a long time, they definitely want to try to get some food in their belly. So Annie was the correct pick, correct pick. Oh, it's Xylo. What's going on, Xylo? Haven't seen you in a while. Haven't seen you in a while. Nothing gets past Jeremiah. Absolutely, dude. I don't think so. I think Jeremiah is hilarious. He's got a great Corella Deville type laugh. He's like, he's very got a great Halloween type laugh. Love his laugh. Good to see you, Xylo. Hope you're doing well. Raw's been so bad, I've actually been falling asleep during it. Yeah, it's not surprising. Not surprising. We had to cover it last night on Pro Wrestling Sauce, live here every Wednesday, 10:15. We had to talk about it on Pro Wrestling Sauce, and surprised all four of us didn't fall asleep while we were talking about it. It has not been good. I have to agree with you there, Xylo. Good to see you, though. You're right here at the butt end of a Survivor stream. Right? We're talking Survivor here on the Survivor Digest. And that's how it goes, man. I fell asleep during the El Grandes versus AJ and whoever. Yeah, you should have heard me talking shit about that match last night. I'm definitely gonna clip that one up because I didn't like that either. I didn't like it, and I felt like just going to bed at that point. I really felt like it. All right, pumpkin. Oh, okay. Here we go. Yep, that's it. That's all the notes I have. That's Survivor Digest, man. We did it, man. I got it done here in like 30 minutes or so. Gonna hang out for a second though, if you want. Hang out. What's everyone? What have you been doing, Xylo? Oh, what? I got some drawings in here. Got some old prediction sheets. Who is this? Who is this I've drawn? I don't know what that is. Let's see. They got to bring Edge for Cena's last match somehow. Good luck. Good luck. I mean, I wish, that'd be the ultimate ending. You're right, but I mean, especially for me personally. I'm sure for a lot of people personally, but I don't think that'll be the case. If Jake had if Jake had some massive yum yum and he was generous in displaying them, I bet Sophie would like him then. Well, no, Sophie likes Jake. She's number one with Jake. She already was number one with Jake, but then Alex kind of like came along, and Jake was like, "I really like Alex. He's my number one. This is a bromance. This is a bromance." And Sophie doesn't like that shit. You know, yum yums. Joke's ruined. Had massive yum yums. Yeah. Had massive yum yum. Why does it sound like AI wrote that? Only because a lot of people are saying it, and WWE recently posted. I like how Xylo just coming here and is just like, I gotta get my wrestling thoughts out with Josh real quick. Only only because a lot of people are saying it would. And WWE recently posted Cena versus Edge on their YouTube. Their match from a while ago. Yeah, I mean they could still do that. They own the rights to Edge and all that stuff. I mean AEW is. I mean he is trademarked over there as Cope and Adam Copeland. And WWE, I believe, dropped their Edge trademark. I don't believe they have it anymore. It would be interesting if that did happen. I can't really see it happening. I would pop like hell if we heard "You Think You Know Me," but I don't know. I don't know, Xylo. It's a big ask. I feel like it's a big ask. Isn't Cope's contract up? Yep, it is up. It is up this October. So, but he could have renegotiated. We don't know what's going on. They mostly only do it when someone is returning. Like they posted a Goldberg match a few days after he returned. Yeah, I mean, I get it. I get it. They like to throw the little subtle hints and stuff like that in there. They also like to tease people and not do shit. They do that all the time. They like to tease you with shit and then not really go through with it. You know, they just kind of or they'll halfway do it, whatever it is. I hope it is, man. I'm not getting my hopes up. I'm not getting my hopes up. But oh yeah, would it be something? Would it be something? What's Jake sending me now? Jake is sending stuff. He probably I don't think he knows I'm live in the Small Boy Studios right now. He's probably sending me stuff. He was placing some bets on Prize Picks or whatever you call it, or FanDuel, and I was giving him some thoughts because he was asking me questions, and I was like, I'll give you some thoughts on that, and you can see how it works. Well, know for sure when WWE Shop accidentally adds rated R superstar merch. Yeah, you're not wrong. They've kind of fucked up and ruined the surprise a few times, right? Mac Jones back in. What was he out? Mac Jones was out. Football's on, guys. Football's on. How long are we hanging out here, huh? Football's on, huh? That would be funny if they added the rated R superstar merch, though. Bro, those Saudis want Edge. You ain't lying, probably. You know, they're probably, oh, my gut hurts so hard from laughing at Kevin Hart and Bill Burr. It'd be great if I could see Edge. Yeah, dude, watch. Edge is going to come back and it's going to be in Saudi. He would make it kind of better. Rated RKO. No, hold on. So Edge versus Cena, yes. To cap off Cena's career, yes. There, absolutely. But if Edge were to come back, I have no interest in Randy. I have no interest in the matches that I don't want to see him do the great. I don't want to see Edge do his greatest hits now. I don't want to see that. I want to see Edge wrestle new dudes. New feuds, new dudes. Right? He came back one time and he had a whole feud with Randy Orton. They had that whole thing during COVID. I don't. No. I appreciate all that stuff. It happened. Right? This is a different Edge. I mean, he the Judgment Day stuff would be interesting because I mean, he kind of created it, and they kind of just like pull it away from him. So it'd be very interesting to see where you go with that if he were to come. We're just fantasy booking here, right? Edge versus Jey Uso. Shut the fuck up. That's not who I'm talking about. Or just a one-time show up like Brock because he left. I think. Well, I don't think he left. I think the pushback may not. I think the pushback kind of worked a little bit. It wasn't. He didn't have the warmest reception. To be frank, he really didn't. And Edge versus Jey Uso. Yeah, right. Gross, dude. Yeah, right. Gross. But you know what would happen. Edge would have to fight the Yeet King. If you want to check out any of our wrestling knowledge, I know Xylo and I know Dirt. You were there on the show. You guys already know. But for any of the playback listeners, if you like wrestling and you want to check it out, I know this is a Survivor program that we're doing here, but the wrestling is Wednesdays at 10:15 right here on the Superhouse Extra Extra YouTube channel. Like and subscribe. We're covering all of this that we're kind of hitting right now. I'm just hoping Cena's doing promo. I'm just hoping he's doing a promo. Let me hear. You think you know me? Oh yeah, I've seen the video that happened that people spliced together of Edge coming out. If Edge comes back, he could take control of Judgment Day and turn them on Dom. Dom feud would be good. Well, they kind of had a feud already. When Dom first turned heel, he kicked Edge in the balls. This is true. Edge was there when Dom turned heel. When Dom turned on Rey Mysterio, Edge was there. And he got kicked in the balls. Yep. So I could see that storyline getting picked back up. Absolutely. Absolutely. I am going to get out of here, though, guys, and watch some football. Can I go check out the rest of this game here? Perfect catalyst for the feud. Exactly. It works. I wasn't disagreeing there. I'm saying it works. And I like it. I like it a lot. Edge gets revenge for his balls. Exactly, dude. His nuts have been hurting for a long time, and he's ready to get revenge. I love that. I actually don't hate that for an Edge returning thing, Of course we want the Cena stuff. Of course we want that. It would just be epic as hell, right? Rey Mysterio? Yeah, right. Tell your dad to eat a bologna sandwich. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Right? My brother said Rey Mysterio too. Like, yeah, they had some good matches, but that's not the one we're going to have to cap it off. You might as well have, well, it's the big show. Have him come out. But then he changed his mind. Good. But then he changed his mind. I could see a new star being put over. I could see a new star being made. Joe Hendry, I could see. You and your dad are wrestling nerds. Well, you and your dad can chime in anytime. Have your dad come over and subscribe, hang out. Right? Make it a family affair. Or don't. You know? Choice is yours and his. Insane Pop if it's Joe Hendry, by the way. Oh, of course. And you know how Cena would do it. He would say, I'll come out, I'll wrestle anybody for my last match. It could be Braun Strowman, or he'll name like people that aren't there, haven't been there in a while, except for Edge, because he doesn't want to tease the audience with that. And then he would say, it could be anybody. It could be one of those guys from TNA. It could be Joe Hendry, and then say his name, and he appears. It's that quick, right? It's that quick. Oh yeah. All right, let's get out of here. Let's go watch football, guys. Thanks for hanging out, dudes. I appreciate it. Dirt, Xylo, y'all the best. I will be back Survivor Digest Thursday. Survivor Digest Thursday. All Survivor long on Superhouse Extra Extra YouTube channel. Survivor Season 49, Episode 2, Breakdown, complete. Bray versus Cena would have been insane. R.I.P. Bray. Bray for the last time? I guess so. I didn't really, to be completely honest, I was never a fan of those Funhouse matches. I was not a fan of that shit. Thought it was kind of dumb, just personally. A lot of people liked it. I thought it was not my favorite. I was like, what am I watching? Okay. Wasn't a match. No, not at all. Yeah. But rest in peace, Bray. Did they? Did they really wrestle a lot? I mean, they did. I mean, the whole world in his hands thing. Like, I guess that's the Bray I want to remember from John. It's not like the last bit is like the whole world in his hands. That was good, but it still leaves a sour taste in my mouth because Bray lost at that year's WrestleMania. He's supposed to go like, dude, he should have went over on Cena, and that Super Cena was still in full force for some reason, and Cena won. What is that shit? What is that? They were always doing Bray dirty a little bit. But I'll be out of here. Xylo, we'll catch up more later. You're the best, man. Appreciate you being here. See you guys next time. Oh, I'm not even reading that dirt. I'm not even reading it. It's against the rules here. You're not allowed to mention him. All right. Survivor Digest. Thursday. Survivor Extra Extra. Bye.